What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So yesterday was Thanksgiving here in the United States. Hopefully you guys had a very happy Thanksgiving. But that also means that today is Black Friday, which normally means this is the start of the holiday sales. It all starts today. Now, this year has been very different. Many stores began their holiday sales in the beginning of November, and even some stores like Walmart and Target began their sales and began liquidating products in the beginning of October. Now, I remember I went to a Target and they had a huge clearance section. This was towards the middle of October. I also went to Home Depot just recently and they were telling me that all of their items were already being sold. Now, there were some items that weren't on the shelves just yet, but this didn't mean that they weren't offering sales. Now, what does this exactly mean? Well, this means there's not going to be a shortage of sales this year. But this also means that the U.S. consumers need to be smart. We need to be financially smart about what we're actually buying and do we even need it. This also means that the U.S. consumer will likely spend more money in 2022's holiday shopping season than we did last year in 2021. Now, it is very important to understand this and understand what is going on right now because there's some major events happening right now that are going to impact us all. Now, we are going to see inflation change. We know this. The CPI report will change. Are we going to be at 7.7%? I don't know. Will we be at something higher, maybe closer or in the 8% range? Possibly. Or we could come down even more. Now, it all depends on what is going on right now. Well, here's a couple things that are happening. Number one, we got a holiday shopping season. This is usually an issue because we see additional inflation because of it. Now, keep in mind that when it comes to the CPI report, there's more that is looked at than just retail shopping. Right? Cars are in there, food is in there, energy, housing, all these things are in this report. So that's the first thing that we're going to see. Here's the next thing. Something else that happened this morning, it actually happened in China. In Beijing, China, much of the city is now in a near standstill as many communities have been ordered into a 7-day lockdown. Now, as of recording this video, we do not know exactly how many people are going to be impacted. All we know right now is there's certain communities, there's apartment complexes that have been locked down. But here's what we know. We know that a 7-day lockdown in Beijing, China will cause delays in product exports. And at a time when much of the world is trying to celebrate the holidays, this is when we need to see manufacturing at its peak as well. Obviously, many products have already been made, already been shipped, but if we see manufacturing at a standstill right now, chances are we're going to have additional delays and more shortages coming up to start in 2023. Now, what should we expect? Well, the expectation is that the Black Friday shoppers will be in full swing this year. And let me know down in the comment section below if you plan on going out today as well. What we know is we will need to have more products hitting the shelves very soon, or else we could see empty shelves, bare spots. Any delay here could wreak havoc on companies who are anticipating a very strong quarter. And again, this could be a major problem. Now, this year we've already seen online spending on Thanksgiving has gone up. It went up 2.9% from last year. This is according to Adobe Analytics. And Adobe Analytics is also forecasting $9 billion will be spent today alone, which is up 1% from last year. But according to MasterCard Spending Pulse, they forecast that we will see an increase of 15% spending, which is going to account for both online and in-person spending. So again, the American people are going to spend money this year. And I've warned you guys on this before. I've talked about how we should try to conserve a little bit, save a little bit of money, because we don't know what's coming. We have no clue of what's coming in the near future. But what I can tell you is that if we don't have money, it's going to be very hard to prepare. Now, retailers are saying that this is the closest that we have been to a normal Black Friday in about 3 years, which is why the expectation is that sales this year are going to be really good. But if we couple the sales with additional inventory, this means even more deals. And when retailers have had a bad few months or bad 1 or 2 quarters, this is likely to lead to even more sales as well. Now, according to retail experts, they're saying that even though there are some really good deals out there right now, the deals will get even better this holiday season. That's exactly what I've been saying for about a month, is that sales are likely to increase as we get closer to the end of the year. But why is this? Well, here's why. What we are expecting to see is we are expected to see sales increase towards the end of the year because companies want to get rid of their inventory. They want to liquidate. They want to start the new year fresh. The other issue is that if we continue to see interest rates rise, which is the expectation, and we will have that report, we'll have a CPI report on December 13th, and we will have the next FOMC meeting from the Federal Reserve happen on December 14th, so just one day after. So we're going to have our new inflation report, and we're going to have an update from the Fed as to whether or not they increase rates, which the expectation is it won't be 75 basis points, it would actually be 50 basis points. Still, interest rates will increase, which would likely mean businesses want to liquidate products even faster, want to get more sales. Hopefully, they can get rid of all their products or as much as possible before we dip into a recession. And I know many people are going to bash me on this one, but we're already in a recession. I get it. But according to the White House and government officials, we are not yet in a recession. So we will, I guess, go by their new definition. Now, as we get closer to the end of the year, businesses are going to change how they decide to run a sale. But here's the other thing you need to keep in mind. The American people, us consumers, we may be worried that we are going to see additional inflation. And if this is the case, we might start to buy products now. This is where, and this is another problem that's happening right now, is people are panic buying. Right, we're panic buying, which is odd. Why would we panic buy in a time when we don't have a lot of money? The reason why people are panic buying is because they have never been prepared. They don't know what is coming. They remember the 2008 crisis and like, man, I wasn't ready for this. That's what we are expecting. That people are going to continue to panic buy because they wait until the last minute. Then they see something on the news that, oh, there's a shortage of water bottles, so I'm going to go buy a water bottle. Right? There's a shortage of coffee. Oh, we better go get some coffee. No. And I've been telling you guys this for a while, that yes, we are going to see shortages, but when we see a shortage, it doesn't mean we're going to be sold out of these products. It simply means that they're going to be a little bit more expensive. Not drastically more, but a little bit more. Now, the last thing I just want to say is if we do see shortages, no matter what it is, where it is, right? One thing I can tell you is if you buy a little bit here and there, whether it's water, food, clothing, survival gear, it doesn't matter. Just get a little bit here and there, and eventually you will be prepared. So, here's one thing I want to ask you. What is the one product that you are planning to buy this holiday season to be prepared? Don't tell me the new Louis Vuitton tote, because that's probably not going to get you prepared. But are you going to go and buy maybe a course on how to pay off debt, or maybe a book? Maybe you're going to go and get yourself a safe or a generator, a solar power battery, right? what is the one thing that you're going to do this holiday season to get yourself more prepared for what is coming? Whether it's inflation, possible power outages, or what have you. What is the one thing that you plan on getting? So let me know down in the comment section below. Again, just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.